guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're playing the Total War Warhammer Battle Replay. So, as you can see, I brought the Dwarves, because I reckon they're a good pick against Norsca. Because I haven't played against Norsca a whole lot yet, but I reckon Dwarves are probably a good one. So, and I will tell you why. So, obviously I brought Ungrim, because, you know, crazy anti-large, you know, he's just going to be able to completely screw over any hero they bring, which is great, unless they bring someone on foot, in which case, you know, I'll just deal with them with my infantry, it's fine, don't worry about it. But if they bring anything big, he can deal with it. And Norsca, most of their strength is in their berserkers and in their large units, so, you know, mammoths and giants and stuff. So, yeah, so he'll be able to deal with the large stuff, and just the armour, to be honest. My Dwarf Warriors is going to deal with the you know, with the other guys fairly well. I wish I brought a little bit more anti-large, I think, with this army, or maybe some armor piercing, because like the Rangers with great weapons might have been a better pick, but I went with Rangers. So, well, yeah, I'll tell you what I brought, shall I? So I got my Dwarf Warriors in the front. Warriors of Dragonfire Pass, because the fire attacks can be good against, you know, sort of frost things. So, so that'll be fun. Also, I got 2 units of Slayers, again, great for anti-large and good to defend my back line with. Also, 4 lots of Rangers, not with great weapons. I wanted a bit more versatility, so I went for the cheaper option. But I think they perform pretty damn well. Also, the Grumbling Guard to keep everyone fresh, and I got 2 Runesmiths, one with all the runes and one with just the Rune of Wrath and Ruin. And yeah, that's my army. So what I was thinking, really, with this is having the Rangers with just the normal ones. They got better range. So if they're going to bring Marauders with great weapons to deal with my armour, I can do a lot of damage to them, which would be good. If they think, okay, these guys are going to bring a load of Slayers, so I'll bring more infantry, then that'll help me out. Because Berserkers will probably eventually get through these Dwarf Warriors fairly well. So a little bit scared there. But Dwarf Warriors have got the armour, which will help, because there's not a lot of cheap armour piercing apart from the large units, which I can deal with Slayers, and also I can pick off with Rangers, because they can shoot over things. So although they don't have as much damage as the Rangers with great weapons, I think they're still pretty good. So we'll see. So I'll speed things up. So I actually hug against this wall. And yeah, that's my strategy. That's basically it. So if we look over here, my opponent here, so he's got 2 units of Marauder Hunters in there. So, yep, kind of cool. Also, the Marauders with great weapons. So I was right, did bring great weapons. So the Rune of Wrath and Ruin will help me chew through them, which is good. Also, some standard Marauders. Obviously, these have got shields. So I need to make sure I don't waste ammo on them. There's no point. My Dwarf Warriors will be able to deal with them easily. Also, though, he's got Marauder Chieftain on a War Mammoth, which is obviously pretty scary. But I've got, yeah, I've got the Axe of Dargo with me, so should be pretty easy pickings if I can get Ungrim on him. Also, though, he does have a Giant, and he's done well to space them out, 1 large unit either side, so I can't have Ungrim go to both. But the Norscan Giant, not a lot of armour, only 30, so hopefully my Rangers will be able to do a lot of damage to him. Also, he's got a Fimir Bale Fiend of Shadows, so yeah, some Shadow Magic, pretty handy. And yeah, he's also got some more. He's got some Marauder Champions with great weapons, which will perform a lot better. They will do very well against Dwarves. Also, on the other side, he's got 2 Ice Wolves, so they'll be quite handy for getting around the back and slowing down units. It'll be hard to get out, you know, get away from them. And because of those 2 units, it means I have to keep my Slayers in the back line to protect them, protect my Rangers, because the Rangers are going to be able to do more work, I think, than the 2 units of Slayers will. So I need to keep them alive so I can focus down these larger units. Also, he's got the Ice Trolls as well, which is very handy. Yeah, they're pretty tough. So they got, yeah, they got very high armor piercing. You see, 100 weapon strength, armor piercing, and they also have that chill effect, so they can slow down people. And frankly, the Dwarves can't really get much slower. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So yeah. So you can see I got some Slayers in the back here, got some Slayers there, and I got all my Rangers. So I actually move up a little bit more, because I figured these guys are going to be going around the back. I couldn't see them at this point, but I figured they were going to try and get behind me, which they do. So I may as well make them walk a little bit further and get into the fight quicker, so that way they can't support, you know, for as much of the fight, you know. So you can see the Ice Wolves posturing up there. I think they actually just come back down here because they realise there's room for them. So, yeah. So I spread out my my drag-back Slayers a little bit. Oh no, they do go around. And, you know, I got the other Slayers in reserve. So, soon my Rangers will be in range. So, yep, you can see they're in range now. So they will get a volley onto these guys. But then I immediately set them to attack 1 of each of them onto the Marauders with great weapons, because they don't have shields. So they will be pretty vulnerable to some some archer fire. So I'll see how that goes. So I only get one volley off onto them. Just get a little bit of damage in. Not a whole lot, to be honest. You really want, you know, concentrated fire and stuff, but it has helped do a little bit of damage. And now, you know, the larger units are in range, so I'm going to start getting at the Marauder Chieftain. I'm going to send Ungrim over this way. He does get caught up on the trolls a little bit. And yeah, these dwarf warriors are in a hell of a bind. But I do have the extra armor and the damage resistance thanks to my runesmith, which is pretty good. So you can see he sends the Norscan ice walls around. These guys still catching up, so that's good. So I'm getting quite a lot of fire on the Marauder Chieftain now. So you can see his health is starting to go down. Like, sustained fire is going to work. And really, it's only the Marauder Chieftain and the Giant that can just run through my lines. Everything else is going to get stuck on my lines. So here, get my Slayers out, get them. And you see, they will actually get some damage on the Rangers, but they get pretty sandwiched here. So yeah, it's not so good. And now we've got Ungrim Iron Fist finally in this fight, and yeah, they're already on half health, this Chieftain. And you'll see that yeah, Ungrim will do serious work here. Like, look at his health just chunking down. It's great. So getting rid of him so early is going to be fantastic. Malakoth's Mystifying Miasma comes down on him. Doesn't do a huge amount of damage though, actually, against Rangers. So that's good to know. I think it's because, yeah, 60 units isn't a whole lot of units, so and they do have the magic resist, so it doesn't do a whole lot. But now you can see the Broad Chieftain's running away. He'll be back though. But now he realises that these Rangers are a threat, so he sends in his Norscan Giant to wade through my guys. Luckily they do have some Slayers around, and Ungrim is on the attack. And now they're finally getting these Hunters in, and they are the armor-piercing ones. So yeah, got to watch out for that. So yeah, his general's back, but now I've got a whole load of Slayers in these guys. My front line is holding, but only just. One of my units got pushed right back by these Marauders with great weapons. Where are their champions? That's them there, isn't it? They've barely taken any damage. So yeah, I'm getting the old Rune of Wrath and Ruin on their great weapons. I didn't actually realise at the time that they had the Marauder champions, otherwise I would have been using the thing on them constantly, Rune of Wrath and Ruin on them constantly. But I didn't notice, so I was just going for random units. Always the great weapons though, not the usual Marauders, because I don't have to worry about them. And as you can see, the Norscan Giant just gets, well, Giant slayed, doesn't he? As you'd expect. And now I can get back onto this Marauder Chieftain. You can see though, my lines have taken a beating. Now I'm starting to get some damage on these Marauder Hunters, because I don't want them just to expel all their ammo into my Rangers. They will eventually do a lot of damage. But I reckon I can do more damage than them, so that's what I'm going to try and do. My Slayers hanging around here for a little bit too long, honestly. They got the Giant. Like, come on guys, let's get back into it. Here we go. Starting to move. And so I've sent Ungrim in here to try and deal with the Ice Trolls. He is starting to take some damage. The Giant was focusing on him a bit, did do a fair bit of damage to him. So he's also got the Bale Fiend in here. He's coming back in with the Marauder Chieftain. I really need to take that guy out. Really do. So as you can see, those Marauder Hunters are running away, and now I'm going to try and get back onto the Chieftain, because he needs to die. And yeah, now you can see the Marauders starting to get in. The only person left on this side of my line is the Runesmith, which is doing fine. He's doing a great job. So yeah, so there we go. Marauder Chieftain's about to run away again. That's great. I've got him under a lot of fire from my Rangers. Still though, bloody Marauders in the back, Hunters rather. Very irritating. And yeah, finally, Ice Trolls run away. They got quite low leadership, so the fact they stayed in that fight so long is pretty worrying. So Malakoth's Mystifying Miasma coming down here. And yeah, still got a few Marauders, still got the Bale Fiend in here. The Marauder Champions are still going, but you know, with Ungrim in there, although they're not large units, but you know, he's still a trooper, so he'll do a lot of damage. Runesmith, really knackered from fighting with for this long, but he's managed to hold out. So yeah, get some nice extra armor there, which is really handy. So still trying to kill these guys with my Rangers. And now just basically the Bale Fiend here, but he's pretty surrounded, you know. So he's got the Runesmith on him. So yeah, that's it. That's it. There we go. So yeah, it was a pretty good one. I enjoyed this battle. I think Dwarves are a fairly good counter for the for the Norscans. Although I think I should have brought the Rangers of great weapons, honestly, because although they're short range, I don't have to worry too much really. Like, because they don't have the armor piercing, they don't have like really high weapon damage. They will eventually do a lot of damage to any like large units, but it takes a while. And I think, frankly, if they just run in and, you know, they've already committed to the fight, and then suddenly my Rangers of great weapons appear, and all, you know, focus fire, I think if I had 3 units of Rangers with great weapons, they could probably, just in one volley, take half the health of a mammoth off. So I'd be able to kill them so much quicker. And honestly, I'd make him panic. He'd have to just try and back out of the fight. He couldn't just stay there and fight for a while. His health got whittled down. So he wouldn't have got those 107 kills. And then I could have focused on the Giant. The Giant didn't do particularly well, to be honest. Which is a shame. I thought he would have done better. But yeah, the Ice Wolves killed a few Rangers, but yeah, generally my Slayers dealt with it. Yeah, 66 kills each for my Slayers, which is pretty cool. So it's pretty formidable. Obviously, Ungrim only 24 kills, but you know he did so much damage to their hero and his you know, to their general and to that Giant. So he was really useful in this fight. And yeah, the Runesmiths, their buffs were really good. The Rune of Wrath and Rune did a lot of HP damage to their armor-piercing units, so that was really useful. So it's pretty good. And actually, when you look at it, the because the Marauder Champion's right in the back of the line, they didn't get to the fight until we chewed through all the Marauders, basically. So they weren't in the fight for very long, so they didn't manage to get many kills. So yeah, they didn't actually do particularly well. He could have just saved the money, I guess, got more Marauders with great weapons. So a bit of a pity. Or more Trolls, actually, would have been pretty good, because, you know, really good armor piercing, and it would have been more units for me to try and deal with, you know, with my Rangers. So I wouldn't necessarily have been able to... I mean, the Ice Trolls, you know, they lasted for ages. Only 27 kills, though. Amazing. I would have thought they got more, but I think they were focusing on the Runesmith for the most part. So, yeah, probably same with the Marauder Champions, actually. They were both fighting the Runesmith, because my guys ran from that bit. They got, you know, pushed aside by the... yeah, by the Mammoth, so it's a bit scary. But yeah, so it was a pretty good one. So yeah, I think Ranger Great Weapons would have done better, because I think they would have been able to melt things quicker. I think they would have been able to take out the Chieftain a lot quicker than these guys. These guys shooting at the Marauders were kind of nice, you know, it's quite handy to have that. But I think just the higher weapon damage would have got through the monsters quicker, and I would have had a lot more time to then, you know, fire at other things. So I'll try that out in the next time I use Dwarfs against Norsca, I think. Because yeah, it's well worth finding out. But yeah, my Dwarf Warriors did okay. They did alright. But yeah, it's basically just the Slayers, and my heroes, I think, did the most work. But yeah, it's pretty good fun. So guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.